Oh, what it do? It's your boy All2, and you know I'm back at it doing the most with Do the Most Gaming Podcast. My wife's giving me weird looks, guys. I got my hair down, guys. Letting my hair down. I'm letting my hair down. Appreciate you for joining us today on Do the Most Gaming Podcast, where we talk about all things gaming. You know, I have a mental health playlist tab, and sorry, you may see me playing with my hair if you're watching this podcast on YouTube instead of just listening to it. I don't have it on Spotify yet. I don't even know how to do it. If anybody knows how to do that, to translate, upload a YouTube video or create it, turn it into an audio file to put it on Spotify, I'd appreciate it. Leave it in the comments. Your contact information, gamer tag, or something, some way I can get a hold of you. That would be nice to be on Spotify, just to be talking games and stuff. But for now, we stay on YouTube, guys, and I am pushing for that 1,000 subscribers, guys. That's why I've been doing the giveaways. Be doing more giveaways. We'll be doing one at 500 and 1,000 subscribers, and doing a little holiday one, probably on Christmas, most likely. But today's episode for Do the Most Gaming Podcast, we're making, my wife may make some gaming prediction herself, but I'm going to do some gaming predictions based off what I have seen in the gaming industry, and just as a gamer. So a lot of it's anecdotal. Most of it is, in fact, anecdotal. A lot of this, there's a few statistics, but for the most part, guys, this is me going on a whim. This is me literally just thinking as a game, because I've been a gamer the majority of my life. This is me making bold claims just from my own personal experience of the evolution of gaming, in-house console gaming, PC, you name it. That was the first thing I played on, really, was a boob tube computer. So I played PC, guys. Oh my God, forgive me. I have sinned. No. So we have a lot. So if you enjoy this podcast, please drop a like and leave a comment. Leave some predictions of your own, guys. We have a few to go through. This won't be a super long podcast. Thank you for joining us on this podcast where I predict some gaming things, and it's kind of across the field. So I'm going to start with subscription services, guys. So I've already spoken in previous podcasts about GameStop shutting down within 5 years. I hold to that, guys. By 2030, GameStop will be telling us, we'll be reading it on our phones and televisions, that GameStop will be shutting down, because from 2018 to 2023, they were not profitable, meaning they were in the negative. And I can tell you, I've got 4 years, so I do, like I said, I have a few statistics, but not many. This is like I think one of the only ones out of the predictions that have statistics. And I will say this, just based off of this information, this tells me that because in 2023 they were profitable, but it wasn't nowhere near these numbers profitable, especially their first year in 2018, where they dipped. They lost, GameStop specifically lost in 2018 $673 million. Guys, I will never see $673 million. Well, let me never say never. You never say never, guys, because anything can happen. But GameStop lost $673 million in 2018. But hey, wait, there's more. I'm the OxyClean guy. In 2019, right before COVID hit, $471 million. And during the COVID era, 2020, they lost $215 million. Do the math. We've already surpassed $1 billion with one company. And in 2021, they lost it. It even went up higher. So COVID was still kind of a thing. $381 million. 381. Do the math. 300. Over $2 billion, guys. And like I said, they just became in 2023. They became. I don't have stats for 2022, but in 2023 they became profitable. It didn't even show 2022. I didn't look hard enough. I don't guess, guys. They became profitable, but it was like I want to say, if I had to guess based off memory, my memory is terrible, but I think it was like 60 something million. So really, what they're doing is recovering. They're not actually making money. They're recovering from the insane $1 billion bleed that GameStop is currently going through. So, but you got things like the PlayStation Store. You've got the subscription service. You got PlayStation Plus, the premium. I think there's 3 tiers for PlayStation. The essential, like I said, the premium, and the best one, I forget what it's called. And then Xbox Game Pass, guys, for you Microsoft Bill Gates loving people. Uh, y'all be paying a monthly fee, guys. Monthly, not an annual, a monthly fee. And eventually, I think that will become PlayStation's going to win out on that, personally. It's going to be cheaper per month if you do the math, I think. Sony has always outbeat Xbox on subscriptions. In fact, PS3, it was free. It was free. PlayStation Network was free. Do y'all remember that? I'm gonna remind y'all every episode of Do the Most Gaming podcast where PlayStation 3 Online was free, and then they finally figured out that, hey, the Japanese were like, we should be making some money too. The Americans are onto something. So another prediction of mine, guys. We're gonna slip into something funny since I'm got y'all laughing, and at least I got me laughing. Grand Theft Auto 6. My prediction, it will not come out in 2027. They're going to wait until the next console, I think. Maybe not, but hey, they said it was coming out in 2024. They said it was coming out this year. Now they're saying it's going to come out next year. What makes anybody think that they going to put it out in 2026 when they failed 3 years in a row? Or 2 at least, but 3 I think for sure. It's coming out in 2027, guys. Y'all just be ready for the next console. Be ready to grab it. They'll probably make it for the PS5 and whatever the Xbox is that's currently out, the Xbox Series, whatever. Yeah, Xbox starting to sound like a phone to me. But anyways, I'm predicting that GTA 6 will actually be released early 2027, right after the holidays of next year. I know that's kind of funny, guys, but a lot of y'all hot mad about it probably. I'm not, because I have enough to play, but I do think they're going to push it off even more. I think they want to they're probably going to test it to make sure there's not bugs in the game, because with a game that huge, you think of games like Fortnite, The Elder Scrolls, the Fallout series, big open world games. These things have glitches, and they're probably, because Rockstar Games is going to be doing the most, they're going to make sure that there's minimal problems when it comes out, even though there will still be problems. But moving on to some more predictions. So a lot of people wonder if VR. I will go ahead and say that I believe VR within another 5. I'm gonna go 5-year basis on most of this, as in 5 years a lot can happen. Just thinking from COVID to now, I mean, a lot's happened. I mean, they're already announcing PlayStation 6 is in the works and stuff. VR will become cheap enough that everybody will have it eventually on a Black Friday sale in the coming 5 years. That VR will be where it was hundreds of dollars to where it would probably be $99.99. Something affordable, but still you get the whole experience, the whole package. But speaking on that, will the controller ever go away? Meaning like the PlayStation controller, the Xbox controller. The Xbox controller, maybe. But the PlayStation, I don't think they'll ever get rid of the PlayStation controller. I think it will always be a thing, an option, even if they go heavy VR, virtual reality. I think the controller will stick, guys, especially with Sony. That's what kind of made the experience to begin with, and they've made the controllers better every time. Say for the PS3 controller, when they first came out with the 6-axis, I spoke on that maybe last podcast or a podcast or two before. But besides that, the controllers have just gotten better, and I think that they're going to I don't see that going away anytime soon. At least, if anything, it will be incorporated with the new technologies that come out in the games to come and consoles to come. I do also believe that new games will phase out old games. Does that mean Fortnite 2? Potentially. Potentially. There'll be another game like it, maybe, that will be potentially better graphics, better gameplay. I don't put it past technology and sciences moving so fast that eventually the games that we know today will phase out just like the games of times past. So that's my prediction on that. I think it's a reliable one. We learn from history, and history proves that games phase out. Even though that we will come back to this. I have another prediction that talks about old games, so bear with me. Watch till the end of the podcast, because this is not going to be a long podcast, and this is just me making predictions. Y'all write these down and then come back to me in 5 years, and we'll see if I'm right. Another one within 5 years. So all these are going to be a 5-year basis. I'm thinking by 2030, by the end of 2032. So we're talking about December 2030. We will never own a game in 5 years because of the blockchain, the digital, the cloud, buying things at the PlayStation Store through digital, real currency. Well, is it real, guys? Is the money in our banks real? If we all went into the bank and cashed out, do they have the cash? No. People are adding numbers. They are printing more bills, but there's more bank account numbers than there are bills, I believe. I think that's actually a fact and not even a I believe thing. But because of not owning, I think you'll buy a license to be able to play the game. But say, kind of like how I get hit for copyrights for 2K because of the music. There'll be the game developers and the big moguls that own the games, game companies will be able to they'll be able to control what is. I do believe also they'll be able to control what is put out. If people are dogging their game, they'll have more control on, the toxicity, even though we'll get with that too. I think we as gamers are gonna lose a lot of our power in games, even though they're gonna make it more immersive. I do believe that because we are phasing into the next prediction. So if you don't know what an NPC is, that means a non-playable character. That's characters in the game that are computer controlled AI. Now, I think AI technology is gonna get so good, even within the next 5 years, guys. The number 5. Will become so good that conversations and interactions with non-playable characters or NPCs within games will feel as real as talking to a real person. For instance, we'll just go to 2K. I believe within a 5-year time frame, you will be able to speak to your teammates via headset, a mic, and your teammates will be able to hear you on 2K giving commands. Hey, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. It'll be a new thing, and people will freak out. But I'm already calling it, guys. I'll be that freaky YouTube channel people will stumble upon saying, oh, this guy was a prophet. And I'm not. I'm just making predictions. I think that, and it'll go further than just sports games like 2K. It'll be games where there's actually big storylines and beautiful gameplay and all the things like that. That you'll be able to talk to NPCs not just by clicking a dialogue option. You'll be able to really engage in them with them and on a level such as if I was talking to my wife here, like that. It will feel that real. They'll even come up with, I think, very natural responses like humans. So that's a cool one. Will the cloud eventually allow us to play games anywhere as long as we have a TV screen in front of us? A glass screen that can run? Potentially. There's already Fortnite on the phone. You can play Fortnite anywhere right now, guys. So with a cloud, especially for the Xbox people, but Sony too, I think as long as you have a screen eventually, I don't know if it's a 5-year time frame on this, but I do believe eventually there'll be a cloud where you'll be, as long as you have a screen, and maybe potentially an app or something with the company you're playing with, like Sony, Microsoft, PC. Guys, do y'all even count? I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't understand PC, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm console indoctrinated. But let's see what else I have. Um, I had mentioned with the cloud, you go on vacation, you're like, oh, there's TV in the vacation. I didn't take my PlayStation, but maybe the cloud would be able to bring it to the TV. Now, I know a lot of hotels will have it to where they'll even block to where you can't even get on your own shit. Like they have something set. It's either cable or maybe it's satellite, but it's set to a certain amount of channels and not to be toyed with. I've seen them in hotels. We've been on vacations where the TV will not allow you to do certain things. And I get it, man, because I know some people will be pulling up probably porn or something. Who knows, guys, what people do. People are crazy. And this is an adult channel, so if you're watching this as a kid, you must have lied when YouTube asked if you were 18 years or older, because I do sometimes talk about crazy things. I do have a mental health playlist, and it's kind of dark and good at the same time. Dynamic worlds, guys, within games. There will be games, I believe, predicting that you think Red Dead Redemption, leaving tracks that stay for a long time, if not forever, leaving lasting impacts on the choices that you make within the game. I think there will be a deeper layer of that will mimic real life. If you go out and kill somebody in real life and you get caught, you're going to do prison time. Maybe even face a death penalty. I think in video games the same thing. Like if they're already like Oblivion, you kill some important character, you're not going to be able to do this certain quest. I think it's going to have deeper rooted impacts that are going to really impact the gameplay itself. For the dynamic worlds, the open world games, I think choices are really going to be a big factor in how you play your game and the how would you say this? Just what you can do. You'll have to pick a path. So I think these big dynamic open world games will ultimately, if you kill John down the road in the game, and he's a dude that does something in the game that is needed, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Something like that, But I think on a deeper level, I'm only scratching the surface. Game developers are thinking way further ahead than me. I'm literally just making a podcast with predictions. We're going predictions today. I told y'all this was going to be a fun one, and we're going to continue doing the podcast. Let me know if I should continue or should we stop until I feel the need to stop, or if I get overwhelmed with throwing up Fortnite content. I will try to continue doing podcast episodes at once a week. May switch to once every 2 weeks. We'll just see. Play it by ear. But another one, man, and this is a question more than a prediction, and I've spoken with some gamers over this and done a little bit of reading. Will Xbox essentially become a computer instead of a console? I think so, guys. I think so. I think Sony is the only one, and perhaps Nintendo, but mainly Sony's going to be the one running the console market. I think Xbox is going to morph into what it originally was anyways, Microsoft computers. Come on, guys. Let's be real. I think that Microsoft's going to say, hey, we're a computer company. Let's turn our gaming system into a PC. So a personal computer. Another one. I've got a couple more, and we're literally done with the podcast, and I appreciate you guys for watching. But I think gamer toxicity will increase. Global population numbers increase, means more people, and the newer generations, guys. The newer generations are being born into a society where it's normal to have a cell phone at the age of 5 or 6. It's normal that kids are growing up with televisions and PlayStations and iPads and, gadgets, technological gadgets. Gen X and millennials, such as myself and my wife, we grew up before that. We were in that tweener zone to where we saw before and the aftermath of the digital age. And Now kids are being babies, and kids are growing up in a world where it is completely technology driven. So I think that, and that means, hey, instant gratification. I believe this newer generation of gamers are going to be toxic. They are, because they're going to be impatient, greedy, uh, just downright rude. Just all the things that us older gamers, not there are some older gamers that do display these traits, but for overall, a lot of us are chill. We're fun to play with. We love games. We love to interact with people. This newer generation's gonna be, maybe not all of them. Nothing's absolute except zero, absolute zero, um, and mathematics. That there's some mathematics that can be debated, but for the most part, mathematics and physics, although physics doesn't apply the same across the universe. But anyways, my last prediction too, and it's already happening, guys. It's already happening. But in about 10 years, I think antiquity gaming, meaning OG stuff, your PS1, your Ataris, your GameCubes, all your Game Boys, all the old ass shit that came out decades and decades ago will become insanely popular again. So much so that YouTube will be playing video. People will be like, walkthrough of this game. We're going back, blast from the past video to this, and showing gameplay of older games from older consoles, and older PC games will even, I think, make a comeback. I do think that's a thing. I think it's already happening, but I think in about 10 years' time, not the 5-year time frame for most of my predictions, but in 10 years, guys, I really do think that game antiquity will skyrocket, personally. But that is my predictions, guys, for today. Thank you for watching the gaming podcast, Do the Most Gaming. Guys, you do the most by being here, by viewing my channel, by being a subscriber. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to check out my thriller fiction novels down below in the description of this video, and you can find them in my YouTube bio above the video. Like, click out of the video and then go to my YouTube bio right under O2 Does the Most, and it shows how many subscribers I got. Right under that's where my bio is. Click on it. The Amazon links are my book links. Do you have anything you want to say? Have I covered everything well? What do you think about my predictions? Anything? Do you think they might come to?
Yeah, they might.
We'll see, guys. We'll see you back in 5 years. We know that's how I let my hair down, man. So I look like a freaking prophet or something. We'll see what happens. But that's my predictions for the next at least 5 years, 5 to 10 years of what's coming up. Potentially, not for sure, but those are my predictions. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed today's small, short segment of Do the Most Gaming podcast, please drop a like, leave a comment, man. Support your boy. Check out my books, man. I'm currently writing my 7th book, guys. Man, a lot of people haven't even written one. And then there's a lot of people that will be using AI to write books for them. Assholes. Do the work yourselves. No, I'm just playing, guys. But for real, man, do the work, man. I be doing the work. Guys, do the work in your creativity. Don't let a computer make ideas for you. That makes you stupid, dumb. Appreciate you guys for watching. You guys already know that O2 does the most. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys in the next Do the Most Gaming podcast. See y'all. Peace out. Over and out.